Hello Aries, Maya Starrett here. So this is for the sun, moon and rising of Aries for the month of June 2020. Cross watchers are welcome, and please do keep in mind that whenever you watch this, it is actually the time that you could be watching it. And if it doesn't resonate with you, please check the moon and rising signs. So let's start the reading. Here you have been going through something. For example, anything related to your mental health. It has nothing to do with physical well being, but it's more related to the inner conflicts that you are having. So you are battling within yourself, or it could also be that you are having a like battle with someone, not through a kind of maybe a big battle, but it could also be just kind of argument which can finally lead into a breakup in the relationship or something like that. But yeah, not to worry, you are in the safe place. There is nothing like a long term, but of course then you need to be careful about what you're saying to someone if in case it may lead to big quarrel later on. So be careful about how you're behaving with other people, what you speak and how you speak. So it's good to be more diplomatic. So even though it's sometimes whatever you say is right, your point of view is right, but maybe you think that your point of view is right, but other people may have a different point of view, and according to them it is right. So if you start to act, or if you are trying to prove your point, it's more like it's affecting your relationship rather than okay, you will maybe prove your point and they will accept it maybe, but it may create a crack in the relationship that you are having with that person. So if you want to continue the relationship, these things are not so big that you want to prove every, it's not necessary that you have to prove everything every time. Sometimes it's good to let it go just like that. So if you are going behind that and then trying to prove it, and of course you will prove your point and you will win the battle, but maybe you lose the relationship or trust in the relationship. So just like that's a part of life, we sometimes lose, we sometimes win, but if you want to be in a relationship, it's all about that. If you believe in, then maybe it's better not to go for a battle on a big argument. Not only that, it will lead to a more peaceful existence, but your interpersonal personal relationship are more likely to come out stronger in this case. So, and maybe in future you both agree on the same thing at some point. So sometimes it's good not to prove things, so eventually it will lead to a successful relationship. You are not competing with one another, and moreover it's a relationship. You are not it's not related to your professional life that you are you have to win every time or you have to prove yourself. So in relationship sometimes just let it go. If you need to have a successful and happy life with someone that you are in love with, so that's about the more about relationship. And again, there is no that's a kind of conflict for some people. For some it's like inner conflict. You are thinking about something in your mind and brooding on something. Well, about financial situation, it's there is nothing to worry. So you're not worried about your financial situation now, because you this is the time that you are enjoying the fruit of your labor. So your independent efforts and your self-confidence, your discipline, whatsoever you have done so far, your work, then it's well deserved success is here now. And you create a stable foundation for your material wealth and comfort. So now is the time that you sit and relax and enjoy the luxuries of life and pleasures of life. So because you have done all the hard work to attain this success, now you deserve this success. And so you are at this point of relaxing and enjoying life, and So sometimes it's like work is not everything. You have to treat yourself for some special treat yourself with some special gifts, or celebrate the journey that you have gone through, and you have achieved so much. So then it's now when it's done, take a little bit of time for yourself so that you re-energize yourself. And it also talks about the financial independence when you talk about the Nine of Pentacles, which is here, and it's all about luxurious lifestyle that one is having because of your own efforts, of course. So don't just it's more like you are not depending on anybody else's support. Now you're an independent person, either you're a man or woman. So it's more focused on material wealth and material wealth and gain in this case. And so you are enjoying life because you're financially independent now. So that part you need to be assured that everything is good in the financial matters. But then you are feeling you're kind of trapped in somewhere or restricted. You still kind of feeling have a feeling of like I said before, the internal conflict, because you want to do something that you are not able to do, or you kind of feel something burdened in yourself. You don't know how to move forward, or those kind of things. You're more worried. So it's more like you want to do something. Either it's be you want to get out of this mental insecurity that you're having at present, and it's a situation that you don't know what actually is bothering you, because you have been thinking about the financial security which you have now, and it's not related to money, but then it's more related to emotions. Or at this point of time you may have been thinking of someone that you wanted in your life, and because you have been so busy with your work, then you were not able to spend time, or like with your family, or more involved in whatever relationship you were. So it's more kind of situation that you're more feeling restricted, and you're hesitant to talk about things, because all these times you were thinking about work and work. So now is the time that you can spend time with your family as well. So there is no kind of restriction, it is more like a past. So you kind of feel stuck in the problem or those kind of things. It is like when you're having lots of problems and related to the career. Now is the time that you have achieved what you the success that you deserve. So now then you are no more in that confused stage about whether to do this or whether to do that, or in a kind of challenging situation, because that financial part is done. But then there is kind of leftover, or what you say, uh, you it's our mind. You can't just put like a switch on and switch off automatically, like just in a minute. It takes little bit of time, because you have gone through all these things recently. So you still have those things in mind, so it takes little bit of time to uh, you know um, understand that, okay, now I'm financially secure, or like I have those things that I wanted to have. Or maybe you're in a state of like unbelievable, like it's is it really okay, is it really what do I have it already now in my hands, and am I like independent financially, those kind of things. And then start overthinking about those kind of things, or like too much of thinking about something that you don't even know why you are spending time on these kind of things. But of course your mind has been that way for a little bit of time now. It may take some time for it to adjust, but then you have to understand that now you are in a better situation. If you continue brooding on things that no longer exist, the problems that no longer exist, then the present situation, the pleasure, the luxury that you have, you will not be able to um, enjoy the success that you have. So keep that in mind. And it's also that You are in the intuitive understanding with the nature now, then uh, your intuitive nature is providing you with useful information that you want, and it's assisting you to become more in touch with your subconscious mind. So if universe is providing you such an opportunity to understand yourself and get in touch with your subconscious mind, you need to first clear out the clutter in your in your mind, that you have been overthinking and what so blah 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 things that you have in your mind. So you have to clear your mind first, so then you will be able to use those useful informations and knowledge of how to fix the issues in future. um, so trust your intuition and allow yourself this time and space to meditate and attend to your inner voice. Now is the time for a heightened intuition and psychic insight or those kind of things. If you're developing these skills, then there is a chance for further encouragement, but to continue this journey. But you need to first clear the clutter from your mind. So then you're more compassionate, empathetic, and whatever gender you need not have to be a female, but you can also be a male. It's vital for you to balance your masculine and feminine energy, so that uh, you feel good. So now you create rather than destroy. So trust your intuition and be proud of what you about your ability to trust your sense and empathize, instead of hiding away from your own self. So the answers you are seeking will come from within you, from your deepest truth and knowing yourself. So for that you need to hear to yourself. So you need to be careful about these kind of things. So that's all about Aries. So have a nice month.